information system and performance management. So I'll be reading from the pack, then make some explanation, and I might require you to read some things on your own, maybe examples or some illustrations. So what is performance management? I know you must have done that before. We said here, performance management incorporates activities that aim to ensure goals are consistently met in an effective and efficient manner. So what we say is performance managers are just those activities that make sure you achieve your goals. So even as a businessman or a company, there is a particular goal for setting up a company. Okay, it is either for profit making or non-profit making. And most of the commercial companies we have, their actual goal is to make profits. So what are those things that come together to make sure that you effectively and efficiently achieve your goals? So those activities, that's what we talk about performance management. Now we said that in order to achieve this management requires a reliable information system to support them. Now, in order to achieve all these set targets, in order to achieve all these set goals, there is a particular tool that is very important to achieve such goal, and that's where we talk about information system. We call it IS, information system. So I want to tell you how we can use IS to what? To achieve all our goals in performance management. Now, we say that information system will enable you to make appropriate decisions, and two, reviewing the results of those decisions as a basis for future decision and performance management. But before I move further, you should have asked me, what is IS? What is information system? Now, when we say information system, we mean the use of computer, okay, the use of electronic technology to gather, edit, okay, manage, store data, and also to communicate data from one position to another. I'm just trying to give you a kind of a layman definition so that you can really understand. So when you use computer to manage, to sort, to gather, to edit, okay, information, and thus such information are being transferred or communicated from one location to another, then you are making use of what? Information system. That's why we call it information system. Okay, look at it from this angle. Most of us will go to business centers, isn't it? You type your document, after typing you print out. Okay, that is what you've done is desktop publishing. Okay, maybe you typed on Microsoft Word. After typing, they print it out for you. Maybe you want to go and submit an application. But when it comes to information system, there must be something that is communication. A station whereby two or more computers will be connected so that the information you have edited, you have collected, and you have manipulated will be what? Transferred from one place to another. So it is just like you saying you are adding network technology into your what? Into the normal data processing. Am I making sense? So if you want to define data processing, you said the data processing is the act of collecting, editing data to transform it into what? Into information. That is all. That's data processing. But if you now make sure that the information that you have generated is communicated from one source to another, then you are now talking about what? Information system. So from the look of it, I do tell people that information system is like an advanced form of what? Of data processing. Am I making sense? So you should understand that. Now, using information for performance management. So how do we use information for performance management? Now, information is processed data. We all know that. We said data can be defined as facts that have not been assembled into a meaningful source. That's data. Now, when you go into the field, I think most of us sometimes back then, you see people coming around, give you sheet of paper. They will ask you, can you please fill this questionnaire for us? They ask you random questions. Then you tick, you tick, you tick. What they are trying to do is they are collecting data. Okay? Now, that data will now be transformed into information. So that's why we say that information is a processed data. And that data can be defined as facts that have not been assembled into a meaningful structure. Another definition says data is processed into a structured form that has some meaning, which is called information. So when you now process data, when you now give it structure, for example, if you ask me some information like name, you say color, age, you say 20, okay, address, so, okay, you are actually collecting data about a particular person. Am I making sense? Now, if you now make it into a particular structure, you have your what? Information. You will now say, oh, I have information about this particular person, because you know you have detailed data about him. Okay? Now, there is one thing I do tell people most times. I do say, in most cases or in some cases, data might not need any further processing before it turns to information. Do you believe that? Hello? You know we do say that information is processed data, and we say data are raw facts. You know, look at data as plural. You know, the singular form of data is what? Is datum. Am I making sense? It's like you saying stadium. You know, we only have one stadium in Lagos. Okay, it will be an error to say we have two stadiums in Lagos. It will be stadia. So when you say a single form or unit of data will give you datum. Now when you now have more data, more than one datum, you have what? Data. Now I'm not saying that in some rare cases or in some cases, data will not need further processing. It won't even need any processing before it turns to information. Okay, for example, I gave an example. If you just come to me and say, maybe all you just need to do is you want to collect data for a particular kind of topic, and immediately you collected those data, you don't need further processing. You just have the information you need. Okay, you don't need any processing. Then such scenario can arise, whereby you don't need to furtherly process data to get what? Information. Okay, so I've told you, if you have any question, if you don't really understand my explanation, my analogy, please let me know. Now, we said, what are the business use of information? Okay, there are uses or ways by which business and businesses need information. The first one is that information is used to perform routine transactions such as order processing and invoicing. I think that should be a normal thing for accounting students. Order processing and invoicing. You need information to what? To process or to perform such routine transaction. When we say routine, we mean transactions that are done on a regular basis, every time, every day. Now, the second one is that information is used to make decision. That's the second one. Now, let me tell you the core aim of information system, the core objective of information system is to provide information for managers for decision making. That's the core aim of what? Information system is to provide information to managers for what? Decision making. So we now said here that information is used to make decisions. Now, the third one is that information is also developed into knowledge that can be used to improve the business. Now, the more the information comes in about a particular business, it's like you starting, okay, you want to start to make candle. All you do is you make your research, you do your feasibility study and the rest. You go on the internet, you make research and so on. You are gathering information. Now, the more information you gather, the more knowledge you have about such business. So that's how it is, that information will be what? Will be developed into knowledge. And the more you stay in the business, the more knowledge you have about the business. Okay? You will fail. After failing, you pick it up again, you restart again, and so on and so forth. Okay? So that's how information are being used in businesses. We now say that managers could not make decisions without information. However, information can vary in quality. As a general rule, managers will make better decisions when they have better quality information. So, information is very important in business and in performance management. Now, what are the information and management decisions? Now, in this particular subheading, we want to talk about what are the correlation between information and the kind of decision that managers or management make. Now, decisions are taken continually in businesses or in business. Routine decision may be taken by any employee as a part of normal procedures. However, a specific role of management is to make decision. For this, managers need information. Now, let me just come down to a lower level. Like, you have a shop, you have a sales rep or a sales girl. Okay, she's supposed to make some decisions, and those are the routine kind of decision. Okay, because we are going to divide the kind of decision made in businesses, okay, based on the kind of level of employment or level of hierarchy. Now, what we are saying in essence is that there are some decisions that are routine. Like, maybe there is a product for 200 naira in your shop, okay, and someone comes in and say, how much is this? Then your sales rep says it's 200 naira. Then the person says, and I only have 180 naira on me. Okay, if you have given your sales rep an instruction that, okay, if anybody wants to buy this 200 naira product, and if the person says he or she only has between 200 to 170, at your own discretion, sell. That's a decision, isn't it? Then if that person says, I only have 180 with me, then the sales rep would, at least based on the information or instruction you've given her, will be like, okay, it is still within the range of 200 and 170. Okay, 180. Okay, have it. But if the person says, I only have 150, now it is now left to her either to jump protocol or either to now the best thing for her to do is either call the owner of the shop. That is a decision too. Those are routine kind of decisions. Okay, am I making sense? Then the kind of decision that she will make will only affect the particular transaction for that day. Now the owner of the shop will always make decisions that will affect the generality of the shop. So that's the difference between someone that makes a routine decision and someone that makes a managerial decision. Are we making sense? So now we said managers use information for one, to make plans and reach planning decision, to measure performance and take control action on the basis of comparing actual or expected performance with a target. I hope we all have the material with us. Now, to make one-off or non-routine decision. Another one is to communicate decisions to other people, and the next one is to coordinate activities with other people. We're actually talking about those decisions that are being made in business organizations. Now we want to levels of management. What are the levels of management in business organization? We have three. The first one is the strategic. The second one is the tactical, and the third one is the operational. Those are the three levels, okay, in management. Now, we said these three classifications are based on the type of decisions that are taken by management at each level. So we are actually categorizing the organization based on the kind of decision they take. We're now saying for decision at each level of management, a different kind of information is required. Now, let's talk about the strategic management. Strategic management is concerned with setting objectives for the organization and developing plans, in brackets, strategies, to achieve those objectives. So what we say here is that the strategic level is where the group of people that has the power to plan, okay, to plan how the company goes forward, to make plans on how to operate in the company. That's where they are. So meaning that these people has higher authority, okay, to make such decision. Now let me read further. We said the main objective of a business may be to maximize the wealth of the shareholders, or to achieve continuous growth in sustainable profits, or to be the world leader in a particular industry of market. Now, having established the main objective of the organization, strategic management is also concerned with developing strategies to achieve the objective. Strategic planning is concerned with the general direction that the organization should take in terms of the market it operates in. Now, the kind of products or services it provides and the resources it uses. We now say that strategic management should have a fairly long term or long planning horizon. Now, what we are saying here is, in essence, is that this set of group or this group of people are the one that plan what will be the thing or what will happen to the company in the nearest future. That's why we say they have what is called long planning horizon, or they have long-term planning horizon. Like they are future looking. They look at the future. They make decisions that will affect the company based on the future. Okay, so let's go to the tactical. Now the tactical now. We said tactical management has a short time planning horizon. You can see this one has a long term planning horizon, while this one has a short time planning horizon. The tactical management. We said than strategic management. It concerns with one, developing plans and making other decisions within the framework of strategic decisions that have been taken by senior managers. Listen to that. We said these ones, They will only make their own decisions based on the what? Based on the framework of the decisions made by what? Strategic level decision. Are we making sense? Meaning that these people in the hierarchy of the business, these people here are what? Are higher than these people. Welcome. These people are what? Higher than these people. So you are looking at it like the middle managers are the ones that make what? Tactical decisions. So meaning those ones here are the chairman, the CEO, the board of director, and so on. But these ones are the middle managers. Now the second one is that they they monitor actual performance to assess whether the planning target will be achieved. The third one meaning taking control action where necessary to improve performance. So those are the three things that are done on the tactical level. Okay, those are the three things that are done on the tactical level based on the kind of decision they make. Are we making sense? So let me go to the operational. Now the operational management, we said, is concerned with the management of day-to-day operations. The planning horizon is short, and in many cases immediate decisions must often be taken about what should be done. Now at this level, because we call them operational based on the name, meaning this kind of decisions are mostly for routine kind of activities. Are we making sense? These kind of decisions are mostly for what? Routine kind of activities. Like if you go to the bank, oh, you want to withdraw money, the cashier at the front desk has the power to perform what? Operational. She has the power to make operational decision. Am I making sense? Now if the decision is higher or is higher in kind of power than what he or she can perform, then the manager is notified. Then the manager will now decide, okay, do we give him or not? Like granting loan to a customer, can the front desk operator decide whether to grant loan or not? Now I'm asking. No. That is it. She cannot decide that because that is above her own level. So operational decisions will be used for day-to-day or routine activities. Okay, and we said the horizon is very short, because it has to be short because you don't need to go and call committee to do that. It's either okay, you have money in your account or you don't have money in your account. The rule says that if you have money in your account but your minimum balance is what? Is 1,000 naira. You know, some banks will be like, you can only withdraw, if you withdraw the whole of your money, you must still have 1,000 naira in your account as a minimum balance, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Now let's assume you now come.
The old banks.
Not all banks. So.
I think the old banks.
The old banks. now what you now come, you have a teller stating that you want to withdraw 3,500 naira. Now the cashier checks your account and she finds in your account 3,500 or let me say 3,600 naira. Now based on this, and the company's rule states that there should be a minimum balance of what? Of 1,000 naira. Now this kind of decision, is it supposed to be a tactical decision or an operational decision?
Tactical decision.
No, it is an operational.
Okay.
Now, look at this. This is what I'm saying. You know, there is a general rule.
Yes.
You know, we say that the strategic people are the ones that make the long-term planning.
Yes.
Now we are saying tactical people will work based on the what? On the rules set by the what? The strategic. Now even this operational must work at the horizon or at the how do I call it? at the hemisphere of the decision made by what? Tactical. Now the general rule of the company is that once you see this, you don't even need to consult the manager.
Yes.
The next thing for you to tell the person is, madam, is either you change, they will ask you, go and take another teller. Then you change the amount of money you want to withdraw. Then you now say, okay, I want to withdraw 2,600, so that you have what? 1,000. So those are operational decisions, and those are being made. Now furthermore, when we move forward, we'll kind of understand levels based on the levels of decisions made. Now we said operational management is often associated with supervision and frontline management. It includes scheduling of operation and monitoring outputs such as daily efficiency level. Now let me move forward. Now there are levels of performance management. Levels of performance management. Now I'm to draw a pyramid. Here we have strategic. Here we have tactical, and where we have operational. Now, the information required, information that is required to make such decision are strategic, tactical, and operational. So it is like, now for you to make strategic decisions, you need strategic information. For you to make tactical decisions, you need tactical information. And for you to make operational decisions, you need what? Operational information. So that's how it is. Now, strategic information. Now we said strategic performance management needs strategic information. The characteristics of strategic information may be summarized as: 1, it is often information about the organization as a whole or a large part of it. 2, it is often a summary form or in summary form without too much details. 3, it is generally relevant to the long term or to the longer term. 4, it is often forward looking, okay, because it is actually for the future. 5, the data that is analyzed to provide the information comes from both internal and external sources. 6, it is often prepared on an ad hoc basis rather than in the form of regular and routine reports. 7, it may contain information of a qualitative nature as well as quantified information. Now, the last one says there is often a high degree of uncertainty in the information. This is particularly true when the information is forward-looking. Now, when we say uncertainty, what I mean is when information is forward-looking, there is what we call certainty, and there is what we call probability. You know, most, let me put it this way. Generally, business organization, they work on probability or uncertainty. Am I making sense? Why? Because let's assume you say, okay, every year since 2010, we've been making 10 million naira, 10M, as our profits for the year. Now, so you are now based on the fact that you make 10 million naira since 2010. Now, if you want to make forward decision or future decision, long-term decision, if you do not add uncertainty to your decision making or to how you are planning for the future, let's assume a government just come and says, okay, for each company, instead of paying 5% tax, now each company should be paying 20% tax. Do you understand? Or let's assume based on another government policy, or don't let me say government policy, maybe you now have a strong competitor now. Maybe you were operating because you were the only one in the country that is rendering this kind of service, so that you are able to generate 1 million naira every year. Now, if you have a close substitute for your service or for your product, it is more likely that your profit drops. Am I making sense? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
When I mean close substitute, okay, look at Coke and Pepsi, isn't it? You know, Coke and Pepsi, they are close substitutes. Why? Because if I want a taste of cola, if I don't see Coke, I might manage Pepsi, isn't it? Now you will now see that even in the market, let's assume only Coke and Pepsi have the market share, okay, with a population of 150 million in Nigeria. Out of 150 million, 50 million people love to take cola. So it means within that 50 million, they have a share. Coke has its own share, Pepsi has its own share. So they've been doing that for long. Okay, now you can now see maybe 2017, 2018, 2019, another kind of product just came in that has cola inside. What's the product? I'm not making advert. Now people now go for what? Big cola. So it means out of that 50 million, another close substitute has entered, which is big cola. And you see most people in Lagos now, they want to take big cola because one, why? It might not be because of the quality, but because of the quantity. Do you understand? So there are some things when they make strategic decisions, it is based on what? Uncertainty, because they don't know what will happen in the future. Or there might be, okay, we say there has never been a natural disaster or earthquake in Nigeria. Who told you in the next 20 years Nigeria will not experience the first kind of mega earthquake that will shake the whole Lagos state? And you don't know what will happen to your company. So it is based on what? Uncertainty. Now there are some illustrations here that you can just read. Now tactical information. Now we are done with strategic information. Now tactical information. Now we said tactical information is used to decide how the resources of the organization should be used and to monitor how well they are being used. So the people that use the tactical information will be the what? The middle managers. Okay? They control. Now we said a budget is planning at a tactical management level, where the planning or where the plan is expressed in financial terms. Now the general picture of tactical information are as follows. It is often information about individual departments and operations. You know, in business organization you might have the sales manager. Okay, that's a particular department. So if he or she is to submit a report, it will be based on the what? The sales department. You might have another one, the human resources department, and so on and so forth. The production manager, the store manager, and so on and so on. So they will mount their own departments and they will make decisions based on the kind of department they are in. Okay, so at the end of the day, they will submit their own information, okay, to the what? To these people at the top, for them to be able to make their what? Their strategic decisions. Now, it may be forward looking, for example, medium-term plan, but it is often concerned with performance measurement. Control information at a tactical level is often based on historical performance. Now we said the data that is analyzed to provide the information comes from both internal and external sources. Now, it is often prepared on a routine and regular basis. Okay? It is often prepared on a routine and regular basis, which could be monthly or weekly performance reports. It consists mainly of quantified information, which means everything has to be represented in what? In numbers. Okay? Now, there may be some degree of uncertainty in the formation. However, as tactical plan, as short term or medium term, the level of uncertainty is much less than for strategic information. Okay, what we are saying is, even if there is uncertainty in the kind of information on the tactical level, it is much less when you compare it to what? To these people. Because their own could be that, okay, within a week. So anything that happens within 1 week, that's a short term uncertainty. You already know. But these ones will be like within years, in 10 years, in 20 years, and so on and so forth.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
There are 2 points here.
Okay.
One talks about, I think it's point 4, talking about it is concerned with performance measurement.
It is concerned with what?
Performance measurement. That's point 4. Has to do with performance
Okay.
measurement. And now, the last point is talking about it has a degree of uncertainty in the information.
Yes.
Now, how do you measure the actual performance when the information that you use for the planning is full of uncertainty?
No, we are not saying. That's what we are saying, that in every business that you do, you must give room for, I don't want to call it giving room for failure. Do you understand? For a good businessman or a good company, there will be a gap whereby we call it crisis management. Because you know that in business, it is certain or uncertain that you have crisis. It is like you having a building, or you have a car. You now put fire extinguisher in your car. You are not praying for your car to get burnt, but you are just kind of what? You are preparing for eventualities. So that's why we are saying the information provided will have some degree of uncertainty, but that doesn't mean you won't be able to measure your performance. You know, we are still moving forward to what we call KPI. Okay, key performance indicator, whereby you kind of measure your performance based on your targets and your actual output. Like, okay, you are setting up a business, you bought 10 computers or 10 laptops. You are saying, okay, at the end of the month, when I sell this laptop, I should gain. You will not say I will gain. If you say I will gain, then you are not a good business person. I should gain, meaning there will be uncertainty. Like someone might buy the same laptop for 30,000 naira, and it doesn't mean everybody will buy 30,000. Someone will buy 30,000. Even out of those ones you have bought, some of them will have fault. Some will be returned. Am I making sense? So at the end of the day, maybe you now set out that, okay, based on 100 laptops that I bought, I should make 300,000 naira. That is on 100 laptops. Now, this is your what? This is your target, isn't it? Like your target or a goal. Now, at the end of the month, you now made 25,000. Okay, then you know